Hi, this is Marcy from the San Antonio Art League and Museum. Today we are talking to Andy and Virginia Bally. Hi, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. All right, let's jump right into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're originally from, and what brought you to San Antonio.
Okay, well, I'm a native Houstonian. We retired from government in Houston, Harris County, and we had to decide on where we wanted to go. And we found some property here in the Hill Country, and here we are. And we made some wonderful friends. Came to Texas via Canada. I was born in Nyack, New York, and after 6 months moved to Canada where my younger brother was born. My older brother was born in Switzerland, so we're a sort of international family. We moved to Texas in 1966. Met Virginia probably in the late 80s, right? I think so, yeah. And we got together and then we came out to the Hill Country about 14 years ago and I've been enjoying our retirement.
Oh, that's wonderful. Where in Canada were you?
In Alberta and British Columbia, so Calgary and Edmonton and Vancouver.
That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about your artistic background?
We mentioned that we grew up in Canada. Northwest Indians were a great influence on my art aesthetic, and it's carried on through almost my entire career. I actually started doing ceramics in 1973, so it's been a while. I tell everybody I've got almost 50 years of experience doing ceramics and still don't know anything. I teach ceramics on occasion and let the students know that there's always something new to learn. There's always something around the corner you're not going to know, so you do a lot of research. And, I actually went to art school, Sam Houston State, a short time until I realized that you couldn't make any money in art. And after that, I had a career with Harris County for about 32 years. But we always did the uh, the ceramics as a side hobby and got more serious as we got closer to retirement. Yeah, and I started out doing painting and different kinds of artwork. And when I met Andy, I really got interested in him doing the ceramics. So I thought I would learn. So he started to teach me, and that didn't work out. So I went back to school, got a degree, a little scholarship on the work that I made. I was first started out at the Museum of Fine Arts in Houston, School of Art. And then later on, I got a degree from what is now Lone Star College. Because I've been doing ceramics now about 35 years, about
Oh, wow.
35 years, yeah. And we're actually a collaborative team, so just about every piece that we've created, we've both had a hand in, whether it's been conceptual or actually physical contact with the piece. There isn't a piece that we've worked on that we haven't both touched at some point. We like to tell people that we're still married.
It's a miracle. Yeah, it's super unusual to have a couple work together.
Yes, what I brought to the team is I was really involved in the Japanese community in Houston.
Oh, wow.
I was in a martial arts group and I was also in Ikebana. And so I was really familiar with the Japanese art and started studying some sumie, started with that. So I've always been fascinated with the culture and with the art. So we sort of came together on that. So it works well together.
Yeah, I love that you guys come from such different backgrounds. Like, it makes sense now seeing your art. Do you have your own kiln in home?
Oh, yeah, we have a complete studio. When we retired, that was one of our requirements when we built. We had to have a studio. So we worked that into the plan and we've got a really nice space to work.
How long have you guys been working together?
So we've been married. November, it'll be 34 years. And we started before we were married. 35 or 36 years we've been doing this work and really been enjoying it. I mean, it's been a wonderful experience.
That's wonderful.
And we've managed to show in a lot of different areas. Houston was our original sort of venue. We did galleries, and we also did tent shows for a while.
Mm.
Then after we retired, we decided it was a little much, and we backed off the tent shows. But we do a lot of galleries and that sort of thing.
How did you guys get involved in the San Antonio Art League?
That's a wonderful question and a great story. When we came to San Antonio, we were looking for, you know, fellow artists and things we could do, and we were taking classes and doing workshops. And we took a workshop with Linda, and this is when she had her old studio, and really enjoyed our time with Lynn.
So we just became friends really fast. We have a lot in common. We really enjoy her husband, so we do a lot of things together. So it's just kind of worked out.
And her involvement with the Art League
Oh yeah,
is
crazy.
That's wonderful.
she knows everybody and everything, and it's been a real joy to be
Mm.
in that environment.
And she just sucked us right in.
Yeah, I agree. She's was a draw for me.
Like most artists, it's like if you find yourself going in many directions, but at some point they kind of come together. They kind of form your artwork. Yeah, we've both gone in many different directions.
We've done different media also, so
Right.
we were actually, when we lived in Houston, we lived in a small community called Humble, which is up by the airport. In the backyard, we had set up a raku kiln, which is a ceramic firing technique, which was really great, but we also did a dual purpose. We used the raku kiln for melting aluminum cans, and we did cast aluminum pieces that we put on our art truck and our art cars.
That's
We
so
we
cool.
did a little foundry work. We've done glass work. I used to do, I still do occasionally handcrafted paper. So it's been
Uh,
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything's right. Sometimes you have to just kind of, bring it all in because we get going into too many directions, and we have to just say, okay, let's focus on this thing.
For a little while, and then you can go explore
Yeah,
something else.
absolutely.
It's only one life, so why not try it
That's
all?
right. That's right.
What was the inspiration for the show, The Art of Fine Dining? And what is the central theme or idea behind the exhibition?
Go ahead.
Well,
It's your idea.
I'll go just a little bit back a little bit. When we came to San Antonio, we joined the Potters Guild and we curated several shows for them. But what we wanted to do, it was a dream of ours really, is to have a show focusing on three-dimensional art because it's not taken seriously most times. It's like three-dimensional art, it's mugs, it's plates, and that it's so much more. So we actually were asked to come and do a 3D show at, it was a cultural center here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And so we did it, and it was a huge success. So we were very pleased with it. We had people from all over Texas that were in the show, and every medium you can think of, from fiber to metal to mix everything glass, and it was just a really good show. Fast forward, then we met Lynn and we joined the league, and we'd like to repeat that show, but we didn't have the venue for it. And so one day she just asked us, "Do you want to put on a 3D show?" And we said, "Yeah, that'd be great." So we did 2 years ago there. So we repeated the 3D show there at the league. But then I thought about it. There are a lot of people that we could not, and it wasn't invitational. I mean, we chose the people that we wanted in the show. Problem was, a lot of the people who do just functional wear, they lost out on it because we wanted something a little bit beyond that. And I'm not sure how I came up with that idea, but I decided that, well, let's do it, invite those people, and we'll talk about dining, only want to expand that idea into, even though you do functional wear, let's, you know, do something really different, use your imagination, do something that you're not really comfortable with. And so that's how we came to decide on this show.
Wonderful.
Anything you want to add?
No, I think when we've done the previous exhibits, we've always encouraged the artists that we're dealing with to sort of push the envelope with their media, stretch their imaginations, just get out of the comfort zone and try to do something different
Mm.
just to see what they come up with. And it's been phenomenal to see
Yeah.
how people grow with the process, and we've really enjoyed that component. We've had several friends, artists that have jumped in with both feet and done some really amazing things. So it's always been very satisfying to see the work done, and we love encouraging folks to do it.
I think the first we've done some shows in Houston. We were in a gallery there, and so one of our shows was called Three Dimensional Stretch. So it was just us, but we wanted to encourage ourselves to stretch beyond what we normally do. But we're very passionate about 3D art, that it can be fine art. It's not just, and when I say this, I want people to understand that there is nothing wrong with craft. Craft is great and it can be an art form, but it can be beyond that. People think of art as paintings, paintings on the wall, maybe sculpture. But what we wanted to point out is people who do three-dimensional art, it can be fine art, not just craft. So that's what our idea has been all along. Just trying to get them to understand, get the people to understand that that's what can be fine art. It was interesting, the first one we did at the Art League, they had never done anything like that before. It was a total different thing for them to do. And I have to say, it was a success, a big success. And we were really proud of that show.
And we were really grateful to the league for not only giving us the venue, but trusting us with curating the show.
Yeah.
And the two ladies that are the curators there were phenomenally helpful. They jumped in with both feet, and that was a really good
Yeah.
exhibit.
But the thing is, they just stood back and let us go for it. Let us do what we wanted to do, which was really good. So we didn't have a lot of restrictions.
They were taking a risk.
They were
They
taking a risk.
they weren't sure what we're going to come up with.
So, what specific message or story do you intend for visitors to experience or learn as they are navigating the exhibit space?
I like that again. The response we got is the artist's interpretation of a concept we came up with. Everybody's interpretation is different. That's what we were looking for. So we threw out the basic concept. Let's do the fine art of dining and think outside the box and let's see what you can come up with. And folks came up with some phenomenal pieces of work. It's going to be a wonderful exhibit.
We tried to tell people, and I'm not sure everybody knows who Fellini is, but we tried to tell them, think of it as Julia Child meets Salvador Dali in a Fellini film. So there you go.
That's
I'm not
wonderful.
sure everybody knows who Fellini is.
Have you done these kinds of exhibits before?
Yes, we've done several of them. I was trying to count out at least a dozen. So when we were in Houston, we worked with the Houston Clay Guild, it's called Clay Houston. We did 3 exhibits for them in conjunction with Hanson Galleries. So it was sort of a team effort on that. They were also very successful shows. And since we've been in San Antonio, one of the first ones we did was in SECA, which is the National Ceramic Education Group. And that was in Houston, and we had a good number of San Antonio and regional ceramicists involved in that one. We did 3 exhibits for the Potters Guild, the San Antonio Potters Guild. That was members exhibits, and they were done at Central Atzland, which is on Fredericksburg Road. Wonderful venue. They gave us a great opportunity. We had some really good judges from all over the state come in. And then we've done the one 3D exhibit at the Art League, and then we worked with Lynn and the curators there to do a landscape exhibit.
Right.
And then this will be I guess, the 3rd one we've been involved in.
Yeah, I guess 2 in Houston. We were also associated pretty heavily at the time with the Center for Contemporary Craft. We actually did a show there once with the Potters, the Clay Houston there. We've been doing it for a number of years now. My husband, Andy, and I are curating a show at the Art League and Museum in San Antonio. It is called The Art of Fine Dining, and we have asked people to come and exhibit something relating to dining in a unique way. It will be June 8th. It's from 3 to 5 p.m. There'll be light refreshments and a little wine. And please come out and join us. I think you'll really see something unique and different.
It's a wonderful exhibit. The pieces that were selected, we have almost 100 pieces that we're going to be exhibiting. There will be several pieces on the wall, paintings in various materials and medias, and there will be an installation. We're hoping to have at least 3 tables set up with a good, I think it's 60 or 65 pieces on the tables that will be representative of dining.